Hi, Steph.
Hi, thanks, Emma. So I'm the Student Wellbeing Officer at University Academy 92. If you haven't heard of us, we're based in Trafford next to the cricket club. And we opened our doors in September 2019, so we've just come to the end of our first academic year. Our founders are Lancaster University, so the degrees that you get from UA 92 are Lancaster University degrees, but we are delivering the courses in a different way. Our founders are also class of 92, which are ex-Man United footballers who kind of wanted to put a higher education institution together because they felt that a lot of their success didn't just come from being good at what they did, but actually came from all of the lessons they learned around resilience and teamwork and communication. So that's actually been incorporated into the curriculum. So we do things quite differently at UA 92. So you will students learn about their character and personal development. So they have week-long sessions and modules on things like health and well-being, the things I just said, like resilience, teamwork, communication, financial literacy, digital literacy. There are basically 12 pillars that they'd learn throughout the 3 years with us, and they're assessed on that as well. So as well as that goes alongside the academic discipline. So we have lots of subjects that you can study. So you might do business studies, which would be your academic discipline, but then you would do this character and personal development module as well, and you'd be assessed on all of that. So it would all be incorporated into your kind of final degree qualification. So we do things a bit differently. We have morning or afternoon students, so rather than timetables changing, you'd either be a 9 till 1 student or a 2 till 6 student, and that will be the same for the entirety of your degree. So that just means that you know when you're free for things like part-time work, family commitments, anything else that students want to get involved in. And we have multiple entry points. So we've got September starts, November starts, January starts. So that's UA 92. I'm the Student Wellbeing Officer, so my role is to support students with their physical and mental wellbeing and all the other aspects that come within wellbeing. We offer appointments and various drop-in services with teams within Trafford, and then we also have the inclusive support service within that. So that's disability support for students who have disabilities, long-term health conditions, mental health conditions, specific learning difficulties like dyslexia. So we will support them to put a support package together while they're at UA 92, and then we support them to apply for disabled students allowances as well, which offers loads of support and can be really, really beneficial. So we in light of COVID, I feel as though we kind of the transition was quite smooth for us because we use Microsoft Teams anyway as our students' virtual learning environment. So one of our partners is Microsoft, and they're actually based on campus. That's their offices in the Northwest. So we were able to work really closely with them, and students were already learning online on Wednesdays anyway. So they were coming in the rest of the week, but they were online. So it was quite a smooth transition in terms of moving teaching online, which helped because they all knew how to use Teams and they were familiar with it. And it's what we as a staff team use as well. So for me, all of our wellbeing appointments moved online, so it meant that I could still be catching up with students, and that they could see me really. And I think that was one of the most important things. I felt like there was quite a lot of isolation, so as long as they could see me and we could be having regular chats, that was definitely a good thing. We have now kind of made a plan for what's going to happen in September when students restart for the next academic year. So we have decided to deliver blended learning. So there will be partly online learning and partly on-campus learning, and things have been measures have been put in place to ensure that the campus is completely kind of COVID secure, and we're adhering to all social distancing. Sorry, there's a motorbike that keeps going past outside my house. So we had an open day actually, and we were able to invite students onto campus, which was great. And we have a one-way system. We have lots of hand sanitizing points. We've set our classrooms up, so we don't deliver lectures as a rule. They are classrooms, and the classroom sizes will never be more than 25 to 30 students, so it's a lot more personal, and hopefully students feel less anonymous. But because of COVID, those classroom sizes have been reduced to 12, so we can fit 12 in a classroom. Everything's been set out so that students will have an allocated desk. We have cleaners on site the whole time, cleaning everything down. And yeah, everyone will be socially distanced, so everyone will be apart. So students are asked to kind of wear masks when they're in transit, but then because of the social distancing, they're able to take those off when they're actually in the classroom. And all of our academic staff will be wearing visors, which helps particularly for anyone who, you know, needs to lip read, or anyone with additional needs in that sense. Our halls, I think there was a question that was raised about kind of potentially a second spike and what would happen, and what the risk is for university students. I think we have kind of arranged the campus so that the risk is minimised, but also with our student accommodation, we have 2 blocks of flats, one which is directly opposite the campus, and one which is a 10-minute walk away. So students staying there wouldn't need to get public transport. Should be able to just get in fairly easily. And all of the student accommodation that we offer is self-contained flats, so there would be no sharing of bathrooms or kitchens or anything like that, which helps everyone to stay safe. There was also a question about fees. So I think for us, we've always done blended learning. So students were on campus more last year than they will be this year, to keep the numbers down, but we still will be doing face-to-face, and we do feel as though that's quite important, and that's something that students seem to really be missing, as did we all, I think, during lockdown. So it's something that we've wanted to re-establish, and if it gets to the point where we're not able to do that, then that's fine. We can just move it more online for a short period, and then until we can reintroduce students on campus. But I think fees, as far as I know, our fees are staying the same, and I think other universities' fees are generally staying the same, regardless of how they're delivering teaching. And I think there's definitely a lot of work to do in terms of students having the same, or having a good experience of their first year at uni particularly. And I know that our student experience team are doing loads to make sure that they're involved and arranging kind of socially distanced activities and things that they can do online to engage. Yeah, so I think that's where we're up to in terms of COVID and what we've done to adapt. And I think our leadership team are great, and they meet regularly to kind of discuss all of the updated guidelines, which have been happening quite frequently over the past few months. So yeah, they're very on top of things, and there are contingency plans in place as well. So hopefully, regardless of what happens, we'll still be able to support the students as best we can.
Thank you, Steph. And it certainly feels like that when good communication is put in place within schools, colleges, universities, then parents seem, and young people seem to be feeling less anxious about that return. So it's definitely, I think, a lesson for all of us to learn around our communication, you know, and how that can be improved and where that can be improved. Thank you so much. So We've got a couple of parents with us.